We've all asked the question, who am I? This is a question of identity. Think about this. When you introduce yourself to someone, what do? You usually say your name. Hi, my name is Lorie. The next identifier might be what you do, where you live, or maybe who's in your family. These are all ways we identify or define ourselves. If you're really honest, your identity or view of yourself goes deeper than these external markers. You also might identify yourself as a person who suffered abuse, loss, sickness, maybe divorce, fill in the blank, or the person who was told that they were stupid, ugly, a failure, fill in the blank. You may even identify with your race or your gender or your sexuality. For many, we identify ourselves with our accomplishments, our titles or successes. So, how do you view yourself? What if all the things I mentioned were taken away from you? Your accomplishments, your failures, your family, maybe even your health. Who would you be then? We all face an identity crisis in our lives at some point. We look in the mirror and we ask the question, who am I really? I would suggest that you can find the answer to that question and you don't have to look far. Simply look to the one who made you. God knows exactly who you are and who you were meant to be. We had a new grandbaby recently, a boy. Yay. After 3 beautiful granddaughters, we now have a grandson. And the number one question is, who does he look like? Who does he identify with the most, mom or dad? Well, see, in the same way that we reflect the image of our earthly parents, we reflect our heavenly parent. Let me take you back to the beginning in Genesis 1, where it describes it so perfectly. Then God said, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness. And verse 27, so God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female, he created them. You and I are made in the image and likeness of God, and this is who we truly are. You were made to reflect who he is. You were made to be like him. This is true of every human being that ever lived, those that love God and those that don't, those that turn to God and desire to reflect his image and those that turn away from God, because this is how God designed us. To be God's image bearers is to be human. This should impact how we view ourselves and how we view others, both those who love God and those who don't. Have you ever been in a house of mirrors? All the mirrors reflect a distorted image of you. Some make you look twice your size or half your size, or really tall or really short. They give you a distorted view of yourself. Sadly, this is how most people live their life, with a distorted view of themselves. Why? They're looking in the wrong mirror. God says, I have a mirror you can look into where you'll see a true image of yourself and who I designed you to be. Where's God's mirror? His mirror is Jesus. Colossians 1:15 says, Christ is the visible image of the invisible God. Jesus came to show us who God is and to show us who we truly are as image bearers of God. See, Jesus reflects the Father, and you and I are to reflect Jesus. Jesus is the perfect mirror. So if you want to know who you really are, all you need to do is look at him. Jesus came to earth to show us who we were meant to be, and by putting our trust in him, we can truly find ourselves. That's how we answer the question, who am I? And that's courageous living.